Welcome everyone to the release version of Manor Lords. That's right, an update was just pushed for content creators on the 25th, the day before release, which is today for me. And that means the series I had started to record yesterday is out of date, and I'm going to start over. So no series that went in on the 24th or earlier is using the latest build. We will use the latest build, I've decided. I also have a coat of arms, which I've already prepared. I want to just say once again that the coat of arms creation thing is a lot of fun. You can really dive into it. It's very entertaining and engrossing, but I don't want to waste time doing that, so we're just going to name our character Tortuga Power. Last time I went with this guy, he's very, very well protected. But this guy I noticed is wearing mail still, so you know, we're going to go with him. He's kind of an in-between the casual folk and the armored. And we'll use that coat of arms just to jump into things a little bit faster. Now, I played all three of these. I've played On the Edge most recently, actually, in my own little private playthrough, just to see how it is, and it's not actually any better than Restoring the Peace. I mean, it really depends on what you want, right? But in my opinion, having the endgame boss, the Baron, which is off-map, but when you claim his territory, his armies will come after you, I find that a little bit more interesting than On the Edge, where you're only beset by raiders and bandits. Because after a certain point in time, the raiders are manageable. I mean, I think that the raiders may get stronger. I haven't gone that far, but if they get stronger over time, that's interesting, and maybe that makes the third one more challenging. But since I don't know, we'll do Restoring the Peace, which I know can be a very entertaining one. But we'll just jump right into things. The only caveat is I will restart if we get the same territory I did for my previous series, because I'd like to start on a new, and we did. Are we in Eichthau or whatever? We are. Okay, so give me a second, I'll be back. Okay, this is Goldoff, and I have not played on this one yet, so this will be fun. We normally play in Eichenhau. I did the stream over in this one. So yeah, let's see how Goldoff goes. As far as fertility goes, we don't have a whole lot of Emmer fertility, which also means Rye fertility won't be great. Actually, it does get to 3 over here. 3 pluses, which is what we'd obviously rather build on. And down here, although for Emmer, those are only 2 plus. Man, even for Emmer, there's a lot of 3 plus down in the territory below us. Our rich deposits are going to be wild animals and clay. I always like getting a rich deposit on iron because I like to make a lot of things out of iron. So this is already going to be like something that we'll have to plan ahead for. I think Wallbrand looks like a very good second target for us. It has berries, which is good for any kind of new starting town. And then it also has the rich deposit for iron. But that's getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Hopefully we have enough iron to at least sustain ourselves until we can get another territory. Let's get started. So, first order of business, logging camp always. And if I remember correctly, yeah, so we do have a little Emmer up here. Frankly, it's the closest Emmer to us that's like reasonable. Any kind of reasonable reach within a farm. So what we're going to do is put a logging camp down here with the goal of actually starting to clear out the trees here so we can build build a field where those trees are currently. We'll also do our usual, or my usual at least, is just house all these things together. And then make okay, let me build the road like that first, and then I'll build a separate road which is actually going to last the test of time. The other one will, all the windy garbage is going to go away eventually. We'll just do one like that. So we have first order of business is get the logging camp up and working. We can also maybe just speed things along by, we'll have this going around. This is not going to speed things up, but in a second I'll say what I mean. Yeah, we can go up. I mean, we could just curve this. Yeah, so that way they can get there a little bit faster if they want to take the road. And off we go, speed 2. Okay, new message, first of all. The claim, yes, it's all about the Baron has taken those 2 territories and we want to go claim them back. Got it. After the logging camp gets up and running, another thing that we're going to want is, well, I mean, residential right away, but let's actually start getting our well going. Okay, so if that's where the water is, I could see us having a town hall. I think they fit, by the way, I think they patched it so that you can't put the marketplace on top of the well anymore. I was trying to do that on the build real fast just to get a feel for the game. And the new build looks pretty much the same, but I don't think you can do this. It won't let you. So that's fine, though. Yeah, not like that. We want to do market. Build, like, maybe this big. Now, can we? Yes, good. It'll fill it out. I'm still happy with it filling out the other. Now, 14 locations is not that many, especially because we can get 15 if we just do it like this. So let's do the 15. That's fine with me. We don't really need that. This well is like a low priority. This is a high priority. Logging camp, we need that for the timber. We need extra timber. But we're going to let them start constructing that because we do want housing up as quickly as possible. The reason why housing is so useful, I mean, that's obvious, is, yeah, it's how you can get more people. Your approval will not go up until you have enough housing for all the people who you start with. So they're not going to be very happy to just not have a home. I still want to do this, but we're going to have to maybe do something like this. There we go. Okay, there's our, I don't know, center of town. It's gonna be, it's not perfectly rectangular either. So that'll be nice. Actually, I guess we want to build it this way, don't we? Starting here. A little bit further. There we go. Another message. Let's get the message going. I heard of your renown. The Baron Hildebolt von Barenroot is saying, don't judge me. Now we can write back. We do have more options now. I mean, not more options, but they're more fleshed out. We're still going to say you have no rightful claim. And I'm sure that's not going to make him particularly happy with us, but that's just how we're going to do it. We won't be trying to befriend him or anything, or, you know, we're just going to be a straight shooter. We know what we're here for, and that's to take him out, basically, so. Alright, this is not exactly what I want. I want it, yes, over here, actually. Oh, we don't have enough. Okay, well, speed ahead. I want to call this kind of like a faster, like more experienced playthrough, because I do have a lot of hours in this game, and I feel like I'm actually getting somewhat competent at it. But we need more logging camp stuff, and it's not going to get done without anybody working on it. As soon as that's up, and anything we build is going to cost, you know, more lumber. The house over here, just for the meantime. Like this will be our. It could be 2 of them. Could make this extremely long if we wanted, and this could be our orchard. Of course, we're not going to have the money for an orchard yet, so let's make this a little bit narrower. I'm trying to think if we can get 3 in here, but no. Alright, we'll build those. Gotta get some housing. And so it doesn't like how we're building this. But I do want to be able to extend the road this way. And we'll take down the curvature just for a second. Pop that there for now. We'll take care of these trees eventually. Okay, this is up. Well, we don't need 3. But let's assign the area, which we already kind of mentioned. We want to take out this area first, because that is where we want our farm field to go. We've got a lot of work cut out for us. Not a lot of time left already. But speed 3 away. So, other things that we're going to want. The logistics buildings will take care of the supplies, which are currently just hanging out outside. Put a storehouse. I can put it on the road. I'm not as afraid of doing that nowadays. I used to like to build everything on my own roads, but now it's fine. Just put them down here. So this will be kind of the center of everything. It'll expand up here with the residential, but the farm, I guess the granary should have been on the left-hand side if I planned to put the farm over here, but that's fine. We can put like the windmill and then the communal oven, and it'll slowly be a journey from field to farm building to windmill to communal oven to granary. Alright, so we got our first house up. We got our first 2 houses up. We want more. The faster we get these houses, the sooner people will move in. And now that I have this other road here, it's going to be nice that we can make it like this. So I want this road to just keep going so that it doesn't get bogged down there. Yeah, we'll do it like this. These could go. Where's our market? Is it too early to do a huge one? I mean, it makes sense to do a huge one if you're going to do whatever. I want to get 3. I think we can do this. Yeah, I think we can get 3 in here. Perfect. We'll make that into 2 with the extensions. Perfect. Love it. So one of those could be a farm. I mean, the vegetable garden, if we wanted. I typically go with chickens. We are not going to have a lot of money because one of my first orders of business is going to be to get a second hitching post. I think it's very valuable. I think your town really only moves as fast as your hitching posts will let them. So we'll do this. We'll build a road here. Around and back. And one around the granary too, why not? Just to make it feel special. We'll go, yeah, one around here too, why not? So yeah, our supplies are getting soaked. Why is that? It's because we don't have these buildings up, and that hitching post is very low. They'll give you a warning first, so that's our first warning. The next time it rains or whatever, we'll actually lose supplies. The first one, you don't lose supplies. They give you like a 1 free warning. I think that's nice. Let's lower this a little bit. We only have 8 timber, but honestly we need more people working construction than people logging right now. And we're going to want food too, so notice that big red number with the only 2 months of food left is what they're telling us. Forger's hut, where's our... Oh wow, it's pretty far away. Oh, well, okay, it's not too bad. And we had our granary on this side. Might as well just plop that forger's. Is that really the forger's hut? I didn't realize it was so big. We'll just put it right there then. That's as close to the berries as we'll get. We're doing a good job. Go up to speed 3 again. It's pretty important, I feel, to give your people lots of little jobs in the beginning, because I think that there's only... I'm not sure. This is anecdotal. I mean, this is just... I looked at it and it seemed this way. It looks like there's a limit on the number of people who construct an item, which means having a lot of parallel construction is useful. Okay, that's going to be as well, too. Perfect. Build it. So although we have this hook up here, we'll probably end up putting some kind of industry on the backside of the houses. And I'm not really going to worry too much about the noise. We're almost up to the number of houses that we need to meet, demand, basically. But yeah, because it's not like their house proper is going to be next to whatever industry is up here. It's only going to be the tool shed or the back part, the industry part. Speaking of which, I guess it's not a bad time. Oh, wow, that's great. We got our settlement level increased. Because this is a very, I would say, bad farming region, I think rye is going to be particularly important. It's kind of funny because although this is not a good farming area, that means we actually kind of have to specialize in farming. Well, at least the orchard and the rye are going to be very useful for us to get more food. In an area with a lot of food, you wouldn't have to worry about specializing in it. You'd be fine with Emmer, but we're not in that situation. All right, now we get our armament delivery. This will appear in the storehouse, and then they give us a warning that, hey, you know what? Bandits might be coming, and they are in about a year. So we have enough time right now. Not going to worry too much about it. If we even tried to form a spear militia right now, we only have 10 people, so we need more people before we can really worry about getting an army together. One way to very easily increase the size of our villages, we've been building these things. I know I've shown this before, and probably everyone is aware of it already, but if you build your house big enough, so this is, technically these are just single homes, but if you just subtract that, it becomes a single home with an add-on. I don't actually want to build that yet. Oh, we're probably going to need more housing soon, but so if you build it with the add-ons, then you can just expand the living space, and it counts for 2 families. 2 families will also then be stuck with 1 backyard expansion. So if you don't want, if you want your more backyard expansions, more variety or whatever, then you might not want to do this. But I find that you have enough houses for all the backyard expansions that you want, and only having to upgrade 2 families getting upgraded for the price of 1 is pretty useful. But anyways, we'll do that expansion too, just to make sure that everyone has enough construction jobs to go along. And one thing we're going to need, is food, exactly. So we'll go ahead and put 2 people on the forger's hut. We have 1, a logging camp. Another thing that we're going to want eventually is a woodcutter's lodge. I don't want to cut too close to our wild animals over here, because then they'll go away. But I do kind of want some... Well, I mean, I do kind of want it right here, though. Unfortunately. I guess I'll put it on the road over here. And we'll have them just... Their starting mission will be to clear out the trees next to my other houses. Since my logging camp has been doing a great job, you have to say. They're cutting down trees like crazy. Okay, now that we have a second hitching post... Oh, it's not done yet. Well, that's what happens when we put something on very low. So what do we have left here, by the way? We have supplies. Oh, we need supplies. So what we're going to have to do is put temporarily... Have nobody to guide the ox, because I need... Yes, ox damage. No, that's what I was trying to avoid. So what are we losing here? I'm just trying to get these things out of the way first. Let's see. Did we lose the tools? I think we lost the tools. These tools could not survive a little bit of water. I don't know what kind of tools they were if they can't survive a little water, but there you have it. We lost the tools. That's alright. I actually don't know what the problem with that is, actually. The tools don't... I don't know if they do anything. Alright, woodcutters. Seems to be this is important. So we'll just prioritize that a little bit more. And once this other hitching post is up, we will also get another ox. Because I think that basically you move at the speed of your oxen. Not enough supplies. Also put one person on here just for a second to make sure that there's no more food being stored. Is that what we ran out of? No, it's fuel. Okay. And this should be done now. Okay, put two people. One. We'll just put one person for now. Immediately on that. We'll allow them to like immediately just grab the trees nearby. Because desperate times, we need wood. Honestly, if you're gonna need something though, I mean if you're gonna miss something, it's better to miss fuel than food. Alright, into June. And homelessness should not be a problem anymore. So at least our approval will start going up, and then that's how we will lure in more families. Lure, that's such a pessimistic word. We will attract new families. And there we go. We already have enough fuel for 1 month. We don't need anybody in this granary anymore. We have 2 people in the forger's hut. That might be more than we need. We're already up to 7 months of food, so let's pull that person out for a little bit. Although now is the right time to be grabbing berries. We just don't have... I mean, there's so many items that we want. Not enough time. Alright, let's let's buy, order, I guess they say, another ox. Because I think they're that important. Notice that from our original town, there's nothing really left. The homeless camp and all that. We just have this hitching post, which I'm going to move. Don't really want it there forever. It wouldn't be bad to have it over here, honestly. Not much else is going to fit right there. So we'll do that, and then I'll just build a road. Well, how about we build a road like so. So that'll be number 2. I like to spread them out. One over here. Well, sometimes I spread them out. Sometimes I just pack them all in the same area. But now we've kind of stabilized. We're in a good state. Our approval should be going up at this point since there's no more homelessness. And we don't have enough money for the orchard, which would be really nice. I'm not sure I want to sacrifice one of these beautiful back lots for a vegetable garden. It's really, we have a choice between one of 2 things. We can do the vegetable garden, or we can do a chicken coop. Or, I mean, 3 things. I guess we could do the... I don't think we'll need the additional food from the goat, the leather, because we're going to have this over here. Build that out a little bit more, and put that down, the hunter camp. Perfect. Once this one's built, they'll be right next to it, and that's a rich deposit, so we can have people working on that for a long time. Alright, since we have not too many construction projects out right now, I'll throw one of my 2 free workers into that. Now, another thing we're going to want is a farmhouse, though, because come October, we're going to want to plant our wheat early. This is something I learned, that you don't want to plant in March. You can, but you get more out of it if you plant in October. So that's the plan, is to do that. I like that. Just put them right on the road over there. So low priority for the farm. It'll become a higher priority as we get into September. But for now, low priority. Alright, so we have 2 oxen. Fantastic. I feel like that makes a big difference. Things are going to move a lot faster. Logging camp, how are we doing? We have a lot of timber. We don't have any planks. Yes, planks. A saw pit is what we want to build. It always makes sense, in my opinion, to put this right next to the logging camp because they take the logs from the logging camp. So I used to be a little bit averse to building on the King's Road because obviously you can't bulldoze it. Oh, the bandits stole 7 food. Well, luckily for us, I think berries are like the least valuable thing they could take. Although berries are actually, they do sell for a good amount of money, believe it or not. You can actually make a good amount in the trade for berries. But I mean, I always hate it when they take my tools. Although, yeah, I guess we don't have any tools for them to take. Ha, joke's on them. So we got our one ox. And yeah, we'll want one thing. How are we looking for food? 6 meat. Yeah, we have meat and berries. I feel like we don't need the food. We'll probably... But we also are not going to need the hides because we're going to have... I mean, so many animals over here for us to take. So yeah, I'm going to leave the 30 money until I really feel like we need one thing or another. Might as well start prepping for the field. Although, is there anything else that we want out of this category? I find that the forester's huts aren't that necessary. It is for like the long game, but you know, we can build that 2 years down the road and still be fine. We have everything I think that we need. So let's do a quick job evaluation. Who's working where? 1 forager, 1 woodcutter, 1 logger, 1 hunter, and then 1 free for construction. I think that that's perfect. Hopefully, I mean, I'm surprised that we haven't gotten more people yet. Hopefully it happens soon, because we could actually use them. Desperately use them. Oh, it looks like this didn't connect. It's a little bit janky. That's fine. Yeah, and now I'm thinking... on the road this way, and we'll build the next little house over here. Now we have 8, but I'm just wondering why aren't they coming in? Is it something I said?
Feast your eyes on our fine selection.
1 more twofer. Oh, got a work area is empty. Let's solve that. Ah, wow, these guys have cut down a lot of trees. I guess we'll just have them mop up with the rest of this area. And then we'll move on to a field. Yeah, this is good. I'm just going to assume that putting it right here is the best. It's right next to the farm. Don't want to move that far, but we're going to be able to get... You know, that would be pretty cool if we were able to tie it in a little bit with that. Oh, yeah. It's just going to look too funky, though. Maybe I can do it this way. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. That's fine. Let's just do it as I was planning to. Ooh, that looks good. Yeah, I like it. So there's our field. We don't need to worry about it yet, but in a couple more months, we want to lay that down. 39%, not great. Bandit cap was sighted. Well, I don't know what's happening, why nobody's joining our town. Maybe this is part of the new build that's a little bit more difficult. But I feel like we have everything we need to draw in more people. Lure them. Let's go up to speed 3 and just hope that September brings in more people. Because as it is, we will have a very hard time getting this field plowed and sowed in time. Okay, good. A family just moved in right as I talk about it. I don't think there's really any construction to do. Farmhouse is built. We could start working on any other logistics stuff. What do we need? Hitching post, granary. Yeah, I don't think we need anything that... I mean, I could get another hitching post. I do like to get 3 of them, but let's say that we're fine for now. A church. Yes, we're going to want a church eventually, which means that the new person can work at the saw pit for a little bit. And as soon as we... So you cannot work the field in September. The harvest season is September, apparently. And then October is when you can actually start working on the field for next year. What did someone call it? The winter wheat? And I like the fact... I would like the fact if we can get a road just doing this. I like it. Okay, good. So we can actually build a line of houses all facing this road now. And they're just falling... They just felled another tree. Just gonna keep an eye on as soon as October comes. We need to do some big job switches. Unfortunately, not too many people, but at least right now we have 9 months of fuel, 12 months of food. Food I'm not too worried about, honestly. We're gonna have to like clear everybody off of their jobs though. Like, we haven't really even made a dent in the wild animal population. And then clay way down there. So as soon as we're done with this, you know what? I probably should already switch to starting to take care of this area. And we'll work our way down towards the mining area. Although as soon as it's October, we'll probably take logging camp person off as well. 27 timber, 20 planks. Gathering a good amount. Really just need more people to join the town. That'll help with our militia. Generic storage for... Oh yeah, you'll keep getting this notification about the saw pit. I feel like they should make the saw pit storage 2 logs, so you don't... Okay, October, here we go. Did it tell us harvest season has ended? Yeah, there it is. So that's your clue that it's time to begin the new harvest season. Who do we want to take off? Well, like I said... Falling tree. Well, look, you guys can go back to felling trees afterwards. Kind of don't want to take the woodcutter off, but I think we'll get rid of our hunting camp person and our forager. They all need to go. This is food, in essence. So 3 of our 6 families are going to be all working the fields. We'll be doing a crop rotation eventually, but for now, just there's only one field and only one crop type. So hopefully we'll get over here and start plowing and start sowing. We got another family too. That's actually very nice. You know, send them over to the fields. They're doing it. Great. It is amazing, by the way, how much faster this goes with the heavy plow, where you use an ox to do it. And I could have done that, and maybe even should have. However, I think we're moving towards rye, which is also nice because I don't know if the fertility for rye and emmer are exactly shared or if you can rotate between them. I haven't looked at that enough. But that's, you know, that's a possibility. 8 months of fuel. So we left that guy on. Very good. So now we just need to hope that they finish this before winter. But they have 2 months and we put, what, 4 families on it? I would say that's not going to be a problem for only a field, which is 1 Morgan. 7 out of 9, which means it's probably time for us to start expanding these living spaces as well. That one's already been expanded. We can expand that one. And yeah, well, I mean, we have plenty. Oh, and they stole... What did they steal? Okay, hides and meat. Could have been worse. I think we're okay with that. And again, the thing I hate the most is when they steal your tools. But now, again, we don't have any tools for them to steal. Alright, so it is now sowing, I guess. The proper word. And we're almost done. 94, 96. Alright. Is it done? 99. So we can take everybody but 1 family off. Which means we can get back to the other business. Which for me is going to be hunting, berry picking. Oh, sorry, 1 hunter for now. Because the berries are going to go away as soon as winter comes. Might as well try to grab the last few of them that are there. Right now we're sitting on 52 berries and 19 meat, so we're in pretty good shape already. Plenty of food. I want you... focus on those trees. Get them out of the way. Maybe even step up our fuel game. Well, let's do that when we have more families. I feel like I'm used to, by the end of the year, having 10 families is my goal. Having 10 or 11 in December. Maybe at least 11 by January. And I don't think we're going to meet that mark. Not sure why, if it's random or what, what caused those few months where we had over 50% approval and did not get families to join. They might have tweaked it. I know that for the comment the dev left, he said that there was some balancing done between the content creator build version that we've had for like 2 weeks versus this one, which just came out. Anyway, we can also dismiss that last family. I'm sure they're just not doing anything now, and that means more people can work on... Berries are 16, so yeah, we'll still have 2 people work on that. I will put one more person here and one more person into the hunting camp. Now, eventually we're going to want to get up to tier 2. For that, we are going to need clothing, which we can do from a tannery. Take our hides. And I would not want to live near a tannery. Just sounds awful. I mean, the smell. But industry is necessary for progress. So tannery is what we're going to get. I'm going to try to put this in a position where it would be on where that road will go. I'll put it right here. Let's see, I should also make sure that it's not too close to the market, since we want houses to be near the market. I guess I can do it this way too. Curve the road. I like it. Very nice. Good. It's good. That'll give us clothing, and then the next thing we're going to need after that is a church. Now, we'll start our church this episode, but I think that's probably going to be the last thing we do. The last thing we do. No, yeah, I think that basically we're almost at the end of time. The end of time for this episode, at least. So let's go ahead and leave it there. Town is developing nicely. We made it into winter. Almost got a full year done. Oh, some workplace is empty. Who is that? Ah, yeah, that's right. All the berries are gone. There they are, 0. So we'll get all those people cleared off. Send them over to new jobs. How about one to the tannery? The newly built tannery. Timber, we only have... Oh, I didn't put anybody in the logging camp. Well, that's definitely where, in fact, 2 people are going to go. So anyways, we'll pick this up in the next episode. Since this is the first episode in a series, I only asked this in the first one. If you wouldn't mind pressing the like button, or commenting, or subscribing, or, you know, doing all your best to lend your ear to the YouTube algorithm. Give them what they want. That would be much appreciated. Until the next one then, thanks for watching, and take care.